That was a very good draft from D+. And the lack of, I mean, the nice thing about that composition for D+ was that they had better scaling, they had better front-to-back team fighting, and they also just had better Drake control early on by picking Jinx Callista. And so, how do you win as Hanwha? You have to have that early Drake control, otherwise you can't force picks.
Which means they're going to ban the Caitlyn here.
So, awkward. Also, I think they should have banned Ornn Sion and just let them have Renekton if they wanted it. Play Gragas top into it. So, Caitlyn going to be banned now. Hanwha Life is back on blue side, so they pick blue side again for the second game. Elise, Gnar, and... Interesting. Wukong ban. They're going to take... DK is going to take Lee Sin here 100%. Nope. First pick Lee Sin. Okay, that's fine.
What? So you have two.
So Zeri Lulu. Gonna take the Jace. They're gonna ban Sion, right? Surely they're gonna ban Sion versus King. Oh, they're not. They're gonna let him have Ornn, I guess.
Well,
probably gonna play Ornn.
No. They could just pick an AP mid and
Renekton, Sejuani.
This is clearly setting up for the.
Going to pinch the pool. Okay, Viego.
Could always rely on King.
Ornn, as we suspected. LeBlanc for Zeka. Okay. And Lissandra. Classic LeBlanc counterpick.
Was even picked. He's like, yeah, Viego, Lissandra, please.
He knew.
And take a look. It's Viego, Lissandra.
Well, I love the combo. Canyon and for
That's a strong comp from D+.
Of one target is not going to be a great toolbox generally into Ornn and Lulu.
Yeah.
So definitely
says Polar Bear with the
the blind LeBlanc is a little sus here.
Hey, we got ourselves.
I really like D+ this draft. It is mega hard to play LeBlanc into this.
Your life was just spamming Lulu laugh as we loaded into the game, Sandra in particular. But yeah, Lulu, it just I don't know what it is.
We could have had global Amumu laugh. Those were the greatest.
Clid has had some very good Lee Sin games this season, guys. I don't know why you're shitting on Clid's Lee Sin. He was very good previously. He's obviously known for his Lee Sin play historically.
Yeah.
And he's still a very good Lee Sin player.
On the opposite, I think that in
Showmaker on Annie and Lissandra is kind of sad. No, man, that's who Showmaker is. Showmaker is a Canyon enabler.
I'm a fan.
He's a roaming Canyon enabler. These are Showmaker champs. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Showmaker's best champ is literally Twisted Fate.
Want to highlight the root setup from Showmaker here, going for the electrocute, which with this
he is the Bengi to Canyon's Faker.
But the electrocute
obviously he's better than Bengi is, but compared to other mids, right? But the analogy still stands.
Going in really hard here on the early trades, but also when you're trying to 100-0 target to set up for yourself and for Canyon, that is what you're going to be looking for. As this matchup we have seen a decent amount of times, so I'm going to withhold any Showmaker.
Okay, he's gonna flash away, but doesn't matter. Clid's got the Q and he's got the.
There's the advantage that you have with the LeBlanc, with the LeBlanc and the Lee Sin early on.
Okay, he's gonna flash away.
Nice flash by Clid. You guys are shitting on Clid, but man, he commits to that. It's really good synergy with Zeka.
It's just gonna come over the wall here and look for the kill onto Zeka now. Distortion would love to know the cooldown. Not gonna matter as Canyon.
Oh.
Just gonna get chained up once again. Canyon didn't necessarily have to flash there, but you know what? It's all good.
Main thing there is that with the flash force, Zeka was forced to flash. The kill pickup going over to Showmaker nonetheless is nice. With his teleport, he'll be able to make his way back to the wave. And with no flash on Zeka, once the Glacial Prism becomes available, or the perma... Yeah, well, no, it is Glacial Prism, right? We've casted so many Sejuanis. Frozen Tomb, Glacial Tomb?
Frozen Tomb.
Frozen Tomb. Okay, well...
I mean, I think it's still much better for D+, because getting Lissandra ahead early is going to make things very, very difficult.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's getting to me.
Yeah.
But very well done. actually get the bone plating proc early on, which allows Clid to take him down, and then because Canyon also doesn't.
It's really unfortunate that Canyon actually took the first turret hit off the Q. You know, if he hadn't taken this first, if he'd been able to get the Q off without taking the first turret shot, he probably lives here. That feels bad. That last turret shot was like 300 damage, right?
He doesn't actually get to try and take over. If he gets Clid's body there, then Zeka is definitely dead. We already know that Canyon is a great Lee Sin. But there is an opportunity now at level 6.
Actually, just a bummer. It was really close to not being within turret range, I think.
Be able to get away from this. Yeah, as it turns out, having point and click CC into LeBlanc makes her life not fun, and not being able to distort in without having the risk of getting Ring of Frosted, also not fun. It's just a bad time.
Lissandra is just, it's like the perfect champion for this exact moment, right? Like, you don't see it every day, but in this exact moment, against a strong 2v2, against a LeBlanc, you've got a Viego in the jungle, it's like, what better? This is just the perfect champ.
Yeah.
Annie was banned.
DPLUS's drafts have been really smart.
Yeah, just really love it. And Showmaker.
DPLUS has had good drafts. I mean, they had good drafts with Danny last year. They had good drafts. It's just that the team wasn't always capable of playing to the win condition, and they faltered in their kind of later game macro. But the depth of the champion pools allows you to do some really interesting, like, good concept non-meta drafts like we're seeing here.
As down he will go. So now Canyon is Lee Sin. He finally got there.
Hey! They tried to take it away from him with a B1 pick, and this is a pretty worst-case scenario because when Lissandra starts
Phase rush Jace, that's not that uncommon.
There is only a single AP source here, right? It's just Showmaker. So if Lissandra gets fed, you have the option to try and itemize into what is a very AD-heavy team, or you try and itemize for like the one Lissandra. So it doesn't feel great as, what can we say? Showmaker is a little earlier on the roam. Canyon procs his Conqueror very early on. That's the power of Viego. Is fighting in his, I don't know. It's like the one reason why you pick Viego into Lee is
the acceleration on this Lissandra is also just crazy. Zeka's probably just going to be useless this game.
He didn't have flash.
Man, Zeka, the blind pick LeBlanc for Zeka, that's not like a Zeka champ, you know what I mean? Really surprising that he would blind pick it.
Like Canyon has a ton of attack speed. It's not a good look. It harkens back to the dark days before the redemption happened.
We might need another Cledemption.
Well, you can't. Hey, you can't.
Cledemption 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You can't.
Hey, no, we can get it.
You can't come up before you've gone down.
Yeah, exactly.
KT have shown
What's your opinion on Kana and Kellen? I'm unfamiliar with them. Kellen's been having a very good year, actually. Kellen's been really good. Kana has been a bit hit or miss. His Renekton is very strong. He's struggled with TP and macro at times, but DPLUS just seems to, ever since they lost Beryl, they seem that they've struggled for consistent mid and late game shot calling, which has been one of their bigger issues. It's not like they've lacked players' individual skill, right?
Yeah. I'm very excited to go back to the space and hear Wolf just talk about Deathsolution again.
And by the way, guys, you know, a lot of teams have banned Lucian Nami because DPLUS at the start of this year in LCK were just absolutely clapping people on Lucian Nami.
Yeah, generally
they were just winning hard through bot a bunch of games.
Even in this lane where we've seen Zeri's and Lulu's take over essentially at many different stages, we're just not seeing it. And Viper had to go for barrier for the lane, and even that's not helping, you know, as he's going to pop it here. And now trying to trade it back, but
is it weird to call Beryl the GOAT support? Yeah, because he's not the GOAT support.
Massive as Light is not 6 himself.
Beryl is a great mind man for the game. He has a great mind for the game, great at shot calling, but he does have feet for hands. Okay. He does have feet for hands. So, not sure we're going to call somebody with feet for hands the greatest support player of all time.
Thought maybe he was going to like try to set something up.
Yeah, Deft has to crash. Well, they're turning this into a pretty nice lane swap, so I don't mind it as much. rotating Viper and Life over towards the top half of the map. It's a pretty low-risk play.
Yeah,
Like,
graphic
now you're
earlier
gonna
say
be able to
Deft and
contest
Kellen are
heavily
8-0 on it. Yeah, they've been really,
Herald,
really good on
and
this
if
pair. This
Deft and
this
Kellen make a
pairing.
mistake, then you can get a kill. So, gonna work out here. There is the option for DPLUS to rotate Showmaker down, as his teleport will almost be up, and then still contest.
This game is a macro disaster.
It's going to be the case instead.
Is it?
Gonna
It's not a
work
macro
out here,
disaster so far.
Play. Like now you're going to be able to contest heavily for the Herald, and if Deft and Kellen make a mistake, then you can get a kill. So, gonna work out here. There is the option for DPLUS to rotate Showmaker down, as his teleport will almost be up, and then still contest. Doesn't look like
The
that's
lane
going to be the
swaps.
case.
I mean,
Instead, just gonna be
you're
making
playing
this
for
game
late game, right? If
outside,
you're
and
if
DPLUS
you're
going to
HLE,
match
this is the strategy that's been successful for Hanwha Life. This is the rubric. Not the LeBlanc so much, but have Clid on an early game jungler, have Kingen on a tank, Ornn or Gnar or Scion, play late game scaling, front to back team fight, win game. That's been the fundamental Hanwha Life rubric during their successful run here.
To just start this one up, maybe clear out some of the vision that was there. Sparse.
I don't know how to beat SKT right now, guys. They look extremely good.
As Kingen has Ignite, so this is just going to be a straight-up 4v4 as in goes Zeka and out will go Zeka. As
I feel like, especially after this last week where T1 started to play more front-to-back team fighting, that I now even less know how to beat them. Because they've shown that they're capable. I mean, it's not that we suspected that they couldn't do it. We just hadn't seen evidence because they've been playing basically pure skirmish and pick comps for this year. But now they played a bunch of front-to-back team fighting. Look good on that too. I actually just don't know how to beat them. I think they're by far the best team in the world right now.
They really need to get this Rift Herald, you know?
Yeah, DPLUS is their snowball is going to become unbearable. But Showmaker also made his way back with a TP. With Canyon's position, though, it doesn't look like they're actually going to try and contest this.
Yeah.
So, very big moment for Hanwha.
Yeah, they really desperately needed this one. With the amount of plates going into Jace,
yeah, this is really good for Hanwha. This is really good for Hanwha.
Won't have it available as we keep panning towards King and taking a beating, but
they should be able to stabilize the gold lead, not prevent themselves from slipping too far behind, and they have superior scaling.
Made his way back with a TP. With Canyon's position, though, it doesn't look like they're actually going to try and contest this.
Yeah.
So, very big moment for Hanwha.
Yeah, they really desperately needed this one. With the amount of plates going into Jace, the Lucian getting ahead slightly here. The 2 kills already on Showmaker. They needed some way to pull this game back into their favor. And that will be one nice step in the right direction for Hanwha Life Esports. We do have an Infernal Drake up next. Not going to have a chance at the Infernal Soul this time. What do you think it's going to be, Chronicler? And any predictions?
I'm feeling Ocean.
Ocean?
Yeah. I think it's going to be Ocean as all.
Also a normal-sized wave just going into the turret down there.
A lot of creeps going to that turret. That's a lot of creeps.
For Herald, it is no longer worth. It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
You know, you fought. You had a great deal. You know, it's the 1+1, and you get to the pay area. I don't know, Velva's
anything about bad trade deals, Chronicler? Maybe like the worst.
Well,
that's a pretty early Herald if they're trying to set up for the Drake in a minute. But I guess they want to make sure they get some plates off of this wave and get Zeka into this game because he's just going to be useless without items. They shared the goal with Kingen. That's interesting. This is actually pretty bad lane assignments from Hanwha.
I mean, I guess
oh my god, they've given up so much.
Yeah, it's okay if your Ornn gets behind, but like
Kingen swaps out to teleport with Spellbook now.
Getting behind in CS is one thing, but what is also happening is that Kingen is missing out on so much EXP. and Ornn
is a level down now. This is bad.
For these reasons, once you get access to the later stage of your passive, you start to dole out a ton of free
They're level down in bot side too. Not that it matters a lot on ADCs, but still hurts.
Going to be the case. It's going to be severely delayed here. We'll hit level 10 now, but 30 CS deficit in the top side of the map and across the board. Hanwha Life very far behind. This is going to be a big moment. If this is a Mountain Drake for DPLUS, it will be pivotal because that means that the damage of Hanwha will be mostly reduced to just Zeri. LeBlanc hates playing into a Mountain Drake. takes away a lot of her poke and her all-in potential. And yeah, suffice it to say that Ornn and Lee are not going to fix your damage issues.
If they could get some of those Mountain Drakes, though, then
Number of plates kind of has just ridiculous at this point.
I think DPLUS, their comp is already done.
Ooh, 2k gold behind is rough. They are not going to be able to contest this at all.
Yeah. Let's see what it's going to be first off, as this Infernal is free to the side of DK, so even the single Infernal is great. And it's Cloud Soul again! Double Cloud Soul back-to-back, a windy day here in Seoul.
Good on Lucia and Nami.
And Cloud Soul is better than Ocean, so you'll take it. The Cloud Soul still will allow you to maybe find some extra angles, particularly with Deft and Kellen in mid-game, where don't have the mandate and the Guild Force Spike just yet, but once that comes through, expect
1,500 gold gap for the Jace.
Towards objectives, try and look for aggressive pride. Will be at risk.
Hanwha just hasn't had bot side control this entire game.
This is pre-spike, as you mentioned. This ward not going to.
They're super far behind on Drake control this game.
But either way, that's totally fine. See the difference in the plates. Not only is King and Fallen behind in gold and XP, but Jace got 700 gold worth of plates, which is very, very nice for him. Kind of feeling pretty good about his position in this game.
The upside is that when you're Hanwha, you have an Ornn, so any gold lead for DPLUS eventually will wash away with time. And the Soul is not of the instantly game-winning variety. As mentioned, a Mountain Soul would have meant that even with you having what will be maybe like a 1.5 item spike when the next or the final possible dragon comes down in about 8.5 minutes. Right now you can let that one go, and then you can wait, bide your time for Elder, and try and flip on that instead. And you do still have a substantial amount of power. The DPLUS composition is doing great, but they haven't really broken open the map just yet. And the second Herald that's going to spawn in about a minute is going to be big, the next dragon.
They don't have to break open the map, though. That's the thing.
This DPLUS comp, if it doesn't snowball, we'll definitely
DPLUS can just kind of chill right now with this gold lead and try and parlay it into
and already Hanwha is 2k gold behind. So
an early Cloud Soul.
Because once Deft and Kellen get their Mythic, and Kana is going to go back with the insane amount of gold that he has and get a very early Muramana. I don't think things will go well for Hanwha Life for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's going to be rough for them. I think they just got to kind of turtle up, like hunker down, wait until Zeri has items, and hope that DK can't force the issue, because you're going to be taking,
I don't know, they might just want to try and stall around Drake here and then see if they can trade Drake for Herald. Might be a good play for Hanwha if they can actually stall for that long. It's a while, though.
Win condition is not going to be in the Cloud Drakes anyway, so just sit back,
It's going to be a bit.
Farm up, try not to die. Kind of like that win condition for the side of Hanwha Life Esports.
King still has TP, so play as possible. 10 seconds till the Herald spawn.
That should be available to DPLUS if they do.
They can wait out the Drake here. If they can basically wait out the Drake spawn.
Basically flipping the entire game.
It's a long time though.
Because if you lose this decisively, then you are in really deep trouble. Deft does have his Guild Force available. No mandate for Kellen, which I'm pretty sure he would have gotten it if the boots were not nerfed, but they are. Can't sell those anymore.
I thought you were going to say if he bought less control.
No.
Oh, man. Anyway, memes aside, here we go. Hanwha Life Esports in position. As already, the poke has begun. See that Zeka's trying to do his part.
Oh, Hanwha, you don't want to start this.
Slid on the flank. It did get spotted there.
You see him, though, the kick in to his...
Okay. Why Showmaker?
Showmaker's going to be fine with that. No problem. So now Clid doesn't have flash or kick. As
Terrible.
Zeka just going to be pushed back here. Kingan's got a nice angle for this engage, but there's no follow-up there. So the smite just comes in. Showmaker now, he's got an angle. Gets into that backline. Double bubble after this one as Viper just gets dunked on by the Jace as everybody is in the pit. And DK will take the big fight.
Why? Why to any of this?
Kingan's got a nice angle for this engage, but there's no follow-up there. So the smite just comes in.
I mean, they use exhaust, but Viper's gonna get ulted, right? Kellen flashes in. It's the double bubble.
Zeka just going to be pushed back here. Kingan's got a nice angle for this engage, but there's no follow-up there. So the smite just comes in. Showmaker now.
Because Clid W's to him just to get bubbled.
An angle, gets into that backline, double bubble.
Ugh.
After this one, as Viper just gets jumped
I'm actually
on.
surprised Kana didn't go Gore Drinker this game.
And DK will take the big fight.
And Hanwha
And it's
had
over.
the opportunity to just let this one go. They did not.
I
They
don't
lost the
understand
fight
why you opt into this
and
fight. I don't
DPLUS
understand why you
get
start
the
Herald.
Win the fight, are going to go back and spend their hard-earned money, set themselves up for a soul point, and up until this point, I'm okay with it. What the hell happens?
All right, that's just egregious, guys.
For
Like
a soul point, then
Clid literally has a choice here. He has a choice. He doesn't have to go after Showmaker. He could get Kana or Kellen.
up until this point, I'm okay with it. When this happens,
What universe do you kill this guy? Where you don't have follow-up CC. He can literally just ult himself at any point in time.
just leave it. Let it go. Like, peel off.
Ah!
You didn't get the kick. It's fine. It happens. It's okay, but instead, even with Zeka taken to like 40,
No follow-up damage on the Ornn ult.
they're going for it regardless. And then yes, like Showmaker doesn't actually get that much done here with his flash ring of frost.
Hey,
Yeah,
he hits Viper.
Kingan gets it through, and yeah, Kingan gets a nice knock-off. But you're playing into a monstrously fed chase, a Viego and Lissandra, and if you
That
don't,
spikes right now.
and if you don't hard smurf the fight, like I think now you've just lost the game.
Yeah. So you gave the team that was ahead and had a massive spike with advantage in the fight as well. Like they were already winning the fight.
Yeah, because Clid,
You gave them a massive advantage now.
because Clid kick didn't work out. Like that's okay. Going
Yeah.
for that fight was one.
Oh, we're on
thing.
the same page.
Yeah, and it could be that the call from Humble was if we give them this Herald and they start snowballing.
Billy's so confused.
Shelly's just taking-
Started the
taking it
charge,
easy,
decided
okay?
not to charge
She can
onto
do a
the
lot
turret
more.
rubble. Now we get the charge.
Gonna get the charge.
Dive threat is
And
huge
Depth.
from DPLUS, by the way.
He's in a really fantastic spot now.
Ellen?
You see a title wave does
Fine.
have to be used. Actually, he's going to knock them up in the back here. as
Fine.
Viper
Oh,
goes
God.
into his shield bow, has to get over the wall. As the Ring of Frost is in and life is dead.
Man, they're playing this well.
As Showmaker just keeps finding these
Oh,
angles
gets
as
the
well.
glitter
And
lance for
man,
the
they are
slow.
just
He's not done.
holding back
He's healing.
either as, okay, well,
Oh, he died.
Tower's going to get the kill onto Canyon, but still,
Almost got out.
DK just massively ahead now in this
Hey,
game.
they got a
Holy
bounty
moly.
on top, okay? Kingan got a turret. Yeah.
You love to see it. This is what you love to see in your solo queue games, guys. Just a orange split pushing, right?
Bounty on this turret.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Hey, Orin.
call.
Hey, team. Do you think that Orin's like, look, I can get bounty gold, guys? And your mid laner's like, no, I got their
I
support.
don't think Kingan should GP here. Because I don't think you're winning this fight the same way you did the last one.
I mean, this is just terrible shot calling, right? You have to decide whether you're going to just play under turret and try and
No, I
save
get
it and then try and get some bounty gold. I think the proper play is just not to go aggressive on them.
I think that's a good call. I don't think they should. I don't think Kingan should GP here. Because I don't think you're winning this fight the same way you did the last one.
Well, don't try to defend your inner then.
No, I know Valdez.
I am a
guess.
frustrated caster.
No, I get it. Canyon, unfortunately,
Got the bounty gold. Don't worry, guys. Worth trading kills at a tier 2 mid turret for it.
The spirit of
Oh,
junglers.
man.
Not going to be the case. And the game state is just disastrous.
Man, I was
Right,
hoping
like,
to see more out of Hanwha
you
when they
have
started playing
Showmaker
good
who can
teams.
build the Magi's as the sole
That last
AP
game just
Lissandra
felt kind of doomed
went
from the
Shadowflame as
draft.
well, and I was,
They were
somewhat
they were
worried
fighting
they
an
went for
uphill
Harvey
battle, and
because
this
they would go
game,
for a more, like,
the LeBlanc pick. I mean, this
like
really is
Bobby
credit to
Sonya
D+,
type
though. They've done a
build,
great
go
job
a
playing
lot
red
more
side
in
draft.
utilities area. No. He has
Playing
Shadowflame,
some
but I'd be
unexpected
shocked if he
picks.
doesn't pick up the Magi's.
8 stacks, yeah.
Yeah, and
Might as well. I mean, you just want to keep the snowball rolling.
yeah, of course. Deft gets his rapid fire cannon. We know that he's one of our best AD carries that actually playing around this, and also do note, D+ are not falling for the traps. They see that Kingan is playing very far forward. They're like, we don't trust it.
Just like game 1 with the Vi, the timing of level 6 of Clid trying to gank and bot. They're like, no.
Oh, no.
And now they waited out, and they're like, okay, well, maybe Kangen will stay, and yes, he does. This is an Ornn, but I don't think DK really care. They can kill pretty much anything at this point, and they will. They're going to take down
DPLUS looks great
on the Ornn.
last couple weeks.
Life can't rush a Baron at this point, so everybody just parties in the bottom lane and gets their Jace even farther ahead.
And this is both.
This game really feels good from a macro perspective for DPLUS. Their lane assignments were a lot better.
Really good.
Yeah, they look incredible.
They've done a much better job of collecting the farm on the map, getting plates down.
Hanwha kind of reverting back to the Hanwha that we haven't seen in a while. And yes, their strength of schedule was definitely weaker in the last couple of weeks. But it is a lot of the things that we thought they had kind of shaken off as the weeks had progressed, as this team had found a better way to utilize Clid. The coordination between him and his laners got a lot better. Their shot calling felt like it had improved to the point where they could actually match. This is still the only team to beat T1.
Yeah, that's true.
And right now, never say never. We have all seen DPLUS not be able to close out games with leads like this, but with the amount of
recently, though.
Well, exactly, and also with this lead, like you'd really have to try and like look at the item states for Hanwha.
We're not betting our hair on it or anything like
No,
that,
I would
but
never do that.
never. No, certainly. None of us would do that.
Absolutely, that would be irresponsible.
Yeah.
We work in broadcasting. You know, we gotta. We can't look silly. I think Kana wins these.
Well, yeah.
If you need hair to work in esports broadcasting, the LCS is in trouble, guys.
Flash. Okay, he's just gonna hop safeguard over to Zeka.
Soul spawning
Just saying.
in 15 seconds.
Well, maybe that's why they get rid of Freak. Who
Trying
knows?
to set something up, but
Well, I mean, Hanwha has to try. At this point, it's desperation or nothing. But Showmaker
last whisper. And a Caulfield's Warhammer on top of his 2 items. Like, not even Kingen lives at this point.
No.
If they run into the Jace.
Maybe the amount of hair on broadcast is proportional to the quality of the League of Legends.
They can't walk in here.
Yeah.
And yeah, just let the soul go. There is vision available for DPLUS in the Baron
I
pit.
think DK don't even want to take the soul. They're like, maybe we can just kill them and end the game. Like, Showmaker's calling them, like, guys, we can end this quick. I want to go home. I want to go home. Here we go. They're just going to go for the fight. They do not care about the objective. And sure, focus down the tank first. That's totally fine. They've got enough damage. And they're getting in onto this one. Just
Here
looking
comes
for the
Viego as Ornn.
There's the W, there's the ult, and no answer for Viper. No cleanse, no anything. No QSS.
Love to see the Lissandra ults into Nami bubbles.
Nice
Fabulous, fabulous. Kana just gonna flash gate Q. Okay. Just blowing him up point blank.
But I doubt that DK will let him have it.
Should never happen as Kana is on his way. Showmaker as well. Clint is getting nowhere near this pit. Valdez. Decimation from DPLUS Kia.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
He kicked him.
well, great series by DPLUS, honestly.
Kana plus like
Yeah.
Nice to see them like regaining some of this form. They dominated KT as well.
clone wild growth.
Although KT was playing really weird in those games.
No, not particularly.
KT was like, we'll take the Nami and Lucian away from you and just fail.
Just gonna send the Viego into mid and buff up some of those minions. They still have.
Am I going to look at Showmaker's interview? What interview?
Yep.
Does he do an interview after this game?
Besides that Clid is not
There is a ward there, guys.
drunk, but Def just the safe flash.
If there is, we'll watch it.
Have to flash, but he's like,
Well, I actually really like it because Clid threw his Q to where the knockup would have hit, and then if Clid goes in and he kicks Def back and
100 to 0 angle or
exactly.
something.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Okay, well this time Clid
Super
is
fast
good
Lissandra
enough
after
for
ultimate.
Showmaker. Just gonna click his R on it.
All right, this is over, guys.
As well. Cloud Soul allows
Wow,
him to
Hanwha just,
rotate
they got
really
bopped
fast.
by lane
And
assignments
in the
this
fight
game.
for second place,
They got bopped by
DPLUS
just
Kia
being out farmed
are
and giving up plates
making a pretty
and early drakes.
clear saying, which is that when you
And then
give
also
them
a
their
really
champion,
terrible
when
Herald
you don't
fight
give them their champion,
that
maybe
Hanwha
they will
decided to
struggle
take.
more.
That was dumb.
We could see the individual kind of oscillating form of Canyon and
Oh, the one on
Showmaker
Horizon? Was that the one where he
playoffs,
said he was
but
burnt out?
if
Yeah,
they
I've
do
seen
get
that
their
one.
champions,
Does he have a
give
new one?
them an early lead. They will stronger.
I think they have case is certainly make with the mist at any point, as that will be the third inhibitor here going for
Valorant
the
children are so
victory.
salty, by the way, that about CS2. It's so funny. Eventually, the Valorant kiddos will grow
Here
up
we
and
go.
do CS.
Gotta pull the trigger. Def doesn't have flash, but he does have a dash. He does have a Gale Force. Oh my god. That is a massive
The new
amount
version of
damage
CS,
at
which
this
is
point.
almost certainly going to come out in the next
16
month or so.
in this game. As okay, looking for the angles here is Clit, not quite able to get in there. Not in range for the kick flash as in they go, pressing all their buttons. Viper goes down.
That's it, boys. It's over.